Okay, so the other day my friend started humming Don't Trust Me by 303 as like kind of a joke, so we were listening to it, and then I realized in that moment, Don't Trust Me by 303 is literally one of the most magnificent masterpieces of lyrical storytelling from our entire decade. The complexity of the poetic techniques used to unveil every aspect of this narrative, and it just like chilled on the radio as like a 2008 meme for a long time. This song that's technique and complexity is largely unmatched in this decade of pop music. You think this is a joke, but let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. There's so many pop songs that tell a story from a very direct, you did this, I did this is what happened, this is how I feel right now in the moment. This song vividly explains the character of a person through shifts in perspective, brilliantly minimalistic, concrete details, and layered metaphors. I want to tell you right now, let's go. I just want you guys to like think about this a little bit more, because I definitely didn't. This was just like the scandalous song that my sisters listened to when I was 12, but honestly, shit slaps. Black dress with the tights underneath. Concrete imagery of what someone is wearing, but the outfit is very meaningful right off the bat because you can tell what kind of person the character is based on this outfit. You know who this bitch is if she's wearing a black dress and some tights underneath. Symbolically deliberate, concrete language. I got the breath of the last cigarette on my teeth. Second character introduced. He is watching her while existing in his own sphere, separated from her, is watching her. The two characters collide, but not yet. He's still waiting, watching, perceiving her character. In detail, I got the breath of the last cigarette on my teeth also helps paint a picture of the environment they're in. One where people are wearing black dresses and smoking cigarettes. And she's an actress, but she ain't got no need. She's got money from her parents and a trust from back east. She's an inheritor of money, so although she's an actress, which could be metaphorical, but could be literal. She could be an actual actress who doesn't need to be an actress because she doesn't need money because she's rich already because of her parents, but she could be an actress in a metaphorical sense, meaning that all of her actions and interactions with people are calculated and manipulative and fake. Tongues always pressed to your cheeks. I should probably just stop singing this. Now, this is an interesting one because there could be layers of meaning within this line. Tongues always pressed to your cheeks could be people are always like physically pressing their tongues to her cheeks because she's hoeing around a lot. But it could also be a play on the phrase tongue-in-cheek, meaning when you say something with an ironic or sarcastic sense, which would add to the whole characteristic of her being an actress and not having transparency or honesty behind any of her actions or conversations. But maybe you've missed another thing. This line is the first line in which there is a perspective shift. The pronoun is changed from she is this to you are this. And there's no doubt about it that he's talking about the same person. But the decision from observing a person from more of a third person perspective to communicating directly to them shifts between those first two stanzas. While my tongue is on the inside of some other girl's teeth. Yeah, what's up?
You know whose mug this is? Because I broke it.
Ooh. Oops. So these two people are not involved with each other yet. She's hoeing around, or she's a hoe, but he is hoeing around as well. But these two characters are watching each other through the chaos of this environment. You tell your boyfriend if he says he got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't. That one is like the hardest moment of 2008. Like, I can't believe that we like lived through that. First of all, introduces the fact that she has an actual boyfriend. Second of all, if he says he's got beef, meaning that if he says he's upset or angry at the other character and like down to fight, the protagonist that's singing is uninvolved and removed from the fight and not willing to go there, and also just like not scared of that dude because he's a vegetarian. Chorus. She wants to touch my ball, she wants another ball, they'll never leave me ball. Don't trust a hoe, never trust a, don't trust a, won't trust a hoe because the hoe won't trust me. Don't emotionally invest into someone that will not reciprocate that same amount of transparency and honesty. So what we're actually seeing here is that these two people, although it seems like the perpetrator of this toxic relationship is
the hoe,
the female party, the story that's actually being painted in this are two people who are very much the same. It's more of a takes one to know one story. He won't play this game with her because he knows what her intention is because it's the same as his. Welcome to my TED Talk. Verse 2. Another insanely clever example of minimalistic but deliberately meaningful concrete language. X's on the back of your hand. Wash them in the bathroom to drink like the bands. There's just so many songs on the pop radio that are completely abstract while also being completely surface level. Like the entire song is talking about feelings, or we're talking about experiences that are so cliche that they don't actually teach you anything about the relationship or show you any unique aspect of the character that the person is singing to or about. But
this song,
with its use of complex language techniques, explains a complex story in an interesting way and paints a picture of these two characters so deeply and vividly. It's insane. So X's on the back of your hand mean she's underage because they put X's on the back of your hand when you're underage. And then you wash them in the bathroom to drink like the band to get hella drunk at this bar or concert. And the set list we stole off the stage. That's red and purple lipstick all over the page. You can't necessarily like explain how this attributes to someone's character. It just helps you to paint a picture of the type of person she is, what she looks like, what she wears, her habits. Very deliberately meaningful, concrete detail. But bruises cover your arm, shaking in the fingers with the bottle in your palm. So someone on Genius Lyrics said that this is actually about heroin, which could totally be true. That would make sense for this person to be super addicted to shooting up heroin. But it could also just be another thing that paints a picture of the type of person she is and the types of habits she has that gives her the appearance she has. So the bruises could just be from like running around, I don't know, living in unstable environments, having like bad and maybe abusive relationships, different things that like paint a picture of her life and her appearance. And the best is no one knows who you are, just another girl
alone at the bar.
That line hits
really hard.
Even when I was like 12 years old and had no concept of what any of this song meant, that line was always like, whew. So basically, she, because she's an actress, maybe literally, probably metaphorically, has this very dishonest, toxic lifestyle. And no one knows who she is. Because her entire lifestyle is centered around being an anonymous face and being someone that people cannot get to emotionally because she will never give herself to anyone emotionally. No one can hurt her
if no one knows her.
Protect yourself from your feelings. Okay, bridge. Shush, girl, shut your lips, do the Helen Keller.
And talk with your feet.
This is an actually interesting part because they're telling this story that's really complex and starts to actually get genuinely sad and genuinely kind of like intense and interesting. And the bridge is just the protagonist indulging in the moment with her instead of thinking about her story or observing her or trying to understand her better. Also, I don't know if Do the Helen Keller was like an actual dance move before, but if 303 just made that up, that is like the smartest shit I've ever heard in my life. Or maybe, okay, wait, I'm thinking about this more. Maybe he's saying, shush girl, shut your lips, in the sense of like, maybe it's not saying do that thing, it's saying go.
Do that thing.
Oh! It's not an imperative. It's not him saying, shut your mouth, just dance with me, I don't care. It's him noticing a habit that she has and kind of rolling his eyes and daring her to not do that, but knowing that she won't. Wow. This is... I would love to do this with a couple more songs, but I was just like really needed to make a video about this because it seriously was a really intense moment when I realized that the song is so insanely well written. You can't just unintentionally write really interesting and intricate concrete language the way that they do. 2008 was a good time for sure. There was some good things in 2008. This was definitely one of them, and I think that people have not given enough credit to Don't Trust Me by 303. Okay, please subscribe to my channel. Do you like the way that I talked about this song? I'm teaching a songwriting class on Patreon right now. There's only like 2 more episodes left, so please become a patron. Literally only $5. You can watch my 5-part series where I talk about figurative language, metaphor, how to come up with melodies, how to deal with criticism, how to get ideas for songs, all these different things. Please become a patron and help me to survive, cause I'm bored. Follow me on Instagram. I do some cool things. Please subscribe to this channel. Do it. I post videos every Friday, and you will not regret it if you watch them. I post videos about songwriting, about random stuff, about Hannah Montana sometimes. It happens. And sometimes I just yell about songs that I think are dumb. And sometimes I sing original songs. Speaking of that, check out my music. It's everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music. I gotta stop this video before I keep talking in a British accent. Have a great day.